Okay, this is another one from Dina and Phil. This is a reaction. German words Americans use all the time. Well, I'm sure there's quite a few of them that Americans use that are German or English or Italian or French that are in origin. Fair enough. But please click like, share, and subscribe for Dina and Phil, and like, share, and subscribe for Scott Dova's Interesting World. And let's see what this is all about. I guess there's some words that we use. Looks like find out what they are.
In this video we're going to go over 21 German words that
Okay, 21 words.
are often used in English and that you might have not known are German. We are Diana and Phil. Diana is from the United States and I'm from Germany, and let's just get right into it. Word number 1 is going to be kaputt.
Kaputt,
I don't know that I use kaputt a lot, but I did know it was German.
meaning broken and useless and no longer working or effective. For example, someone might say in English, my phone is kaputt, meaning it's not working.
Yeah, kaputt in German is with an extra T, and it's a very common word we use. We also use it to say something is broken. Mein Handy ist kaputt. Or you would also use it to say if you're super tired, like, oh, ich bin so kaputt. Like the British do when they say, I'm totally knackered.
Totally knackered, mate.
And I had no idea that Americans use that too.
I don't hear it a whole lot, but I have heard it.
Number 2, Uber.
Uber is a word used in English, and it's also a company now.
Yeah, Uber's a car company in the United States, well, probably all around the world now.
But in English, the definition is above and beyond, or denoting an outstanding or supreme example of a particular kind of person or thing. So, Uber could be used in a sentence as, he was an Uber fan of his favorite football team.
Wow.
Uber fan.
In German we say über, and it means above it, and it has the umlaut, the 2 dots on top of the U.
Most people usually say Uber nowadays. They think it's a car of somebody, not a car company, but somebody who a company that acts like a taxi service.
And we almost exclusively use it for original meaning. Über den Wolken, meaning like above the clouds, or über mir wohnt eine Familie, as in a family lives on top of me, like in Neighbors.
Above.
Number 3, Rucksack.
I've heard this word.
I have not. Well, I've heard rucksack before, but not very often. So far, these words are not words that I'm, hear on a regular basis.
Used often as a backpack or a hiking trip gear or an overnight larger bag. And
I usually use the term backpack for something like that, not rucksack a whole lot.
And it's not very commonly used in the U.S. I've
Right.
mostly heard rucksack used in older films or international films.
Okay.
Yeah, but I knew the word before.
The word Rucksack derives from Rücken, meaning back, and Sack, meaning bag. So literally backpack. And I was surprised Diana already knew that German word. Number 4, Wanderlust.
You'll often see this word as an Instagram hashtag. Wanderlust means a strong desire to travel. Hashtag wanderlust.
Yeah.
I honestly never heard that word till I was much older. Okay, and like I said, some of these words so far are not words that I use on a regular basis.
Wanderlust. It comes from the word wandern, to hike, and Lust haben, to feel like, or to fancy, to do something. It is so much used in the social media.
Yeah, the word lust, gives a kind of a derogatory, well, not derogatory, but a different kind of meaning. But yeah, I know wanderlust doesn't mean what people would think it would mean. Just because the word lust is in it doesn't mean it means anything of a sexual nature.
Travel community, and not that often in German conversation, but it's very understandable. It's a German word, and Germans would more likely though say Fernweh.
Oh, fanboy. Hashtag fanboy.
Number 5, Fest.
The most famous fest word is probably Oktoberfest.
Yeah, fest. Probably short for festival. And okay.
Oh yeah.
But fest is a noun's denotion of a festival or a large gathering of a specific kind. For example, Gabfest. I feel like my dad always used this when I was a kid, when my mom started talking to other people, and he'd be like, look, it's a Gabfest, or a talking party.
Now, this is probably the first word that they said that I actually heard on a regular basis. I didn't know it was... Well, I've heard of Oktoberfest. I've heard of things like that, but didn't know it was German in origin.
Or you could also use it the other way around, a sausage fest, when a lot of men get together.
I'm gonna use Gabfest from now on.
Don't.
And it's super common in the German language as well, and it literally just means party or festivity. Number 6, kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
Now, this is one obviously everybody should have heard of in the United States. I did not know this was German in origin.
It's probably the most commonly known word used in English that people know it derives from German. In the U.S., it's part of elementary school.
I didn't know it was derived in German, but yeah, it's a word everybody knows because everybody pretty much went to kindergarten. It's kind of like you have preschool at 4, kindergarten at 5, and then first, second, third, fourth, and so forth.
Kindergarten is kindergarten through 5th grade, but we would also commonly say K1 through 12 for the entirety of your school duration, K1 through 12th grade.
Yeah, and in German it's Kindergarten with a T instead of a D, and it's more of a daycare or preschool for ages 1 to like 6, and it's not mandatory, but almost every kid goes there. There is a lot of playing in kindergarten, but also a good amount of learning, but no course or curriculum stuff. Americans would probably call it preschool, but yeah, super common word here as well.
Yeah.
German word number 7 is Gesundheit.
Now, Gesundheit is something that I have heard. I mean, I remember it. I saw a movie, The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, not the John Travolta version, but the Walter Matthau version. And if somebody, and one of the villains, I think it was Martin Balsam, kept on sneezing, and Walter Matthau's character kept on saying Gesundheit, and that's how I knew what Gesundheit meant.
I was surprised the end.
But even ironically, I knew it was German in origin. I always knew. I don't know how I knew it was German in origin.
I used this word when we first met after I sneezed, I guess.
Yeah. I learned this word in elementary school. There was a kid who was German, of German ancestry, and they shared this word with everyone. And everyone would use it as soon as someone sneezed. It was a more exciting way to say bless you to other students. And I feel like most people in the U.S. know Gesundheit.
Yeah, and it just translates to health. Number 8, Doppelganger.
This is such a
Okay, yeah, doppelganger is something that I have heard of before as well. I mean, now we're getting to words that I understand. Doppelganger, is like a duplicate of yourself, or I think that's what it means.
common word used in English, and I honestly didn't know it was a German word until I started using German and learning German. Doppelganger just means look-alike or someone who looks like another person. My German autocorrect typed it with an umlaut, the 2 dots on the top, and I was prompted to ask Phil if it was a German word.
And it is.
And it is. This word is used a lot in TV shows like Vampire Diaries, The Doppelgangers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I never watched it, but also in How I Met Your Mother, there was this entire episode about how they all spotted their doppelgangers.
Oh, yeah.
And they found the last doppelganger to get, pregnant or something. Lillian Marshall wanted to get pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
And also in Friends, when Rachel dated Russ, as a rebound from Ross.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
That was a
that
doppelganger.
one. That was funny.
Doppelganger. Number 9. Dachshund. We had a dachshund when I was a kid. His name
Yeah, we're call it dachshund.
was Max, and
We call it dachshund, not a dachshund.
a dachshund is just a type of dog, and it literally translates to badger dog because the particular race or type of dog was originally used and bred to find the dens of foxes and badgers and then go in there, hence the short legs.
Yeah.
And we also call them Dackel in Germany, but Dachshund, German word.
Cute! In the US, we tend to say dachshund and swallow the end of the word a little bit. So if you hear an American pronunciation
Dachshund,
compared to a British pronunciation,
Dachshund,
the hound in the American speech is usually not there. I noticed. It's interesting.
Number 10, Spiel. Spiel is
Now, spiel is something that I heard later on in life. Okay, spiel. I'm trying to remember how I used it before, yeah, I've heard of that one before.
German, and it just literally means play. Like, das Kind spielt auf dem Spielplatz. It's like the kid plays on the playground.
And when I was a kid, it was a word my mom used all the time at the dinner table in English, but it means something different.
Mm-hmm.
She would say, and then they came into the office and gave an entire spiel about why they're...
Yeah, that's what it is. Is somebody's talking, you call it a spiel. A little bit different from what he was talking about.
Vacation to the Bahamas was amazing and everyone must see it at one point in their life.
Yeah, I heard that before and I had no idea that Americans use that word.
Yeah, just different meaning.
Number 11, Wiener or Wiener. Wiener is
This is another one that has two different meanings. Now, you know, there are people who have the last name of Wiener in the United States. It also could mean like a hot dog, but it also could mean your member. Okay, so it actually has three meanings.
a word associated with several things. Like the city Vienna in Austria is Wien in German. So a Wiener is a person from Vienna.
Now it has four meanings.
There are also Wiener Würstchen, which is a type of sausage. Then there's Wiener Schnitzel, or even the Wiener Walzer, the famous waltz dance.
The
You know,
waltz, yeah. False. What am I saying? To me, wiener was always a reference to a male genitalia. So I don't know. I don't think I'm alone in that. I think other people think that as well.
I just said it before you did on this video, so yeah.
So that's why whenever someone says Wiener Schnitzel, I remember like kids would laugh in a classroom, like, "Hey Tom, your mom makes a nice Wiener Schnitzel." No?
yeah, we don't use it like that, but okay. Number 12 is gonna be Dreck. Dreck, literally.
Yeah, dreck. My mother's used that word, dreck. Get that, dreck.
It means dirt or smut or filth. And we say so ein Dreck, for example, as an like expression of anger or frustration, or dreckig or dreckig literally just means dirty. And I had no idea that Americans know and use this word.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear this word in German. Dreck is a word that often comes up in old high school British literature classrooms with a lot of the old English words and phrases. I would see those a lot in books, and you don't hear it as often today, but it's still definitely used.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Alright, for the next ones, there are also a lot of food and company names that Americans and English speakers use a lot that are actually German words. I think it's pretty common in languages. Other examples could be like baguette from French or wonton from Cantonese. They keep their names in English as well, but here are some German ones.
Number 13, sauerkraut.
Ugh, I hate sauerkraut. But I've had it before, okay? When I was young, I liked it, but now I'm older, I don't like it as much.
Finely chopped fermented cabbage. Yum.
Sauerkraut. Number 14, Bratwurst.
Yep, brats. Now, when I was in Frankfurt, I had on a Kaiser roll, really, really good. I don't know if they still do this at my hometown football club, Columbus Crew. They used to have Buck a Brat night, and that's basically $1 for a bratwurst, and it was. Everybody loved those. They had them on Wednesdays when nobody would show up, and people would show up just for the brats because they were worth it.
It's just, give me some nice juicy Bratwurst. Every American says that at least once in their life.
Yes. Number 15, beer. Just enough said.
Yeah, I did know that was German in origin, and I know what it means, and I know what it is.
Beer.
Beer. Goes with number 16, Biergarten. In German, Biergarten. It's just
Yeah.
a T instead of the D, the garden of the beer.
Where you get the beer. At the beer garden.
All the German gardens are beer gardens.
Now, we don't call them beer gardens. There's no, if I said, let's go to a beer, people would think a beer garden, you can't grow beer out of a garden. What are you talking about? No, beer is just beer, okay? You go to a bar, or a pub, or at home on your couch, whatever. But you don't go to a beer garden.
Number 17, Pretzel, or in German, Brezel.
Again, this is something I did know as well. And everybody loves pretzels. And if you don't love pretzels, and I've told the story, when I was in Frankfurt, you could get 2 pretzels for a euro in 2006. And my father, whenever you offered him something, if you were paying, he never would take it. He said, "No, I'm not going to touch that. That's yours. I don't want it, son." Fair enough. However, when I was in Frankfurt and I bought 2 pretzels, I offered one to my father. He took one. Okay, that was so unusual for him because he loved the pretzels, and I can't say that I blame him.
Yeah, but the pretzels in Germany and the U.S. are very different. This is a brezel. It's more like a soft pretzel in the U.S. So like.
Yeah, that's probably why he grabbed it too, because like I said, it was much different. It was Oh my god, it was so good.
Those thick ones you get at like hockey games. And those little stick things are just pretzel sticks.
Number 18, Schnaps. And in Germany,
Yeah, schnapps. That's alcoholic beverage in the United States.
any kind of hard liquor is called Schnaps. But also a shot of that hard liquor is a Schnaps, like one Schnaps.
And in the U.S., it's a strong alcoholic drink resembling gin and often flavored fruit, like peach schnapps.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Or yummy. I don't know.
I don't really love it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Don't knock it till you try it, pal.
At 19, back to the schnitzel, as in like,
I know what schnitzel is. I've heard the word schnitzel, but I don't know a whole lot of people who've ever used the word schnitzel. Okay, it's not a word I use on a regular basis, but yeah, but I have heard it before.
that's a very nice thin schnitzel you've got there.
What?
Schnitzel.
Yeah.
20, Pumpernickel.
Yeah, pumpernickel. That's kind of bread.
German bread. It is great, it is delicious, and Pumpernickel is just a popular form of bread that originated from Germany. And last but not least, number 21, the hamburger.
Yes, that was something everybody in America should know what a hamburger is, and I did actually know that it was a German word in origin. I don't know how I knew it. I don't know how I knew it, but I just knew it.
Hamburg, Germany. The ground beef patty, I believe, originated in Hamburg. That might be a controversial statement. But the Hamburg steak was originally...
Well, according to the North Koreans, it was invented by Kim Jong-un. He was the one who invented the hamburger. So you're wrong. It was, in fact, all those patties that we were eating throughout the years and everything like that. Those weren't hamburgers. It didn't happen until Kim Jong-un invented it. So that's, you gotta get it straight. It's a North Korean word more than a German word. I always thought it was a German word, but apparently it was a North Korean word. So we were wrong.
Made of lower cut meats at the time, and they were ground together. However, the hamburger we know today has gone through several variations in restaurants and ingredients. So now it's served with 2 buns and some tomatoes, lettuce, pickles, a lot of other stuff too. And it's the hamburger we know today.
Hamburger. Also a person from Hamburg.
Yeah, look at that hamburger eating a hamburger.
And also a football club there, Hamburger SV, I think is what they call themselves.
Yeah. You could also eat a hamburger in a very wrong way.
Okay, this is Dean and Phil. These are German words Americans use all the time. Not the early words. Can't really say that we use a lot of those, but some of the ones that later on, hamburger, beer, brat, and so forth. And yeah, this was good. I enjoyed it. Please click like, share, and subscribe for Dina and Phil, and please click like, share, and subscribe for Scott Dover's Interesting World. This was good. Thanks for watching.